Welcome back to more Fruit of Grisaia. Last episode, we comforted Michiru, and she knew about the memory gaps that she was having, and that was pretty much it. We really didn't achieve a whole lot, and she's basically back to her tsundere ways, so... I mean, it's obviously does this to kind of mask her emotions and whatnot, because even she's uncertain how she's going to act on a day-to-day basis. So maybe we'll find out more of them in this episode. But did you know there's only one truth? But the same facts will inevitably be interpreted in wildly different ways, depending on the viewpoint of the observer. The winner writes the history books after all, and they always come out looking pretty good. If you're searching for the absolute truth, you've got no choice but to wade through various accounts with a critical eye, painstakingly piercing together a more neutral perspective. But even then, cleverly distorted information can often throw your puzzle into a confused jumble. So how about this? Instead of sifting through everything you can find, dramatically restrict your sources of information. Ignore the third parties entirely, and talk only to those who were directly involved. In most cases, that's simply not practical, but every once in a great while, it's an effective strategy. Coming in. I always want to see your face, Chizuru. See your face in my dreams every night. A real nice expression on it too, if you know what I mean. Okay, enough joking around. Sorry to barge in like this, but there was actually something I was hoping you could get for me. I do my job with the tools I'm given. This concerns my private life. You're right, that is not like me. I'd like you to get me a dose of combination vaccine for a cat. Can you do that? I'm on a leash myself. Why would I do the same to an animal? Anyway, I want to give that cat one of those 3-in-1 shots at the very least, and for safety's sake, can you get it tested for the common diseases? I'll get a blood sample for you. Ah, true enough, I guess. You're still a help. I appreciate it. Alright then, I'll see you in my dreams. As I turn to leave, Chizuru grabs my arm to detain me. Leaning back in her chair, Chizuru pushes her glasses up to her nose with the tip of a finger. You know, like they do in all the shows. We may not have spent that much time together, but we've known each other long enough. The woman can see right through me at times. Well, it's not like I need to hide it, I suppose. It's about Michiru. The cat belongs to her, by the way. A whole lot of nothing. She's moody, I know that. Also, she sleeps in a room saturated with the sugary smell of cheap artificially colored candies. Think that means something? Why is it every woman in this game, and most fans I've played, that's their first, that's like their go-to. Like, they immediately assume perverted acts have went on. There's nothing to worry about. I paid a brief visit because I had something to discuss with her. That's all. Come on, this thing is anything but normal.
問題のない範疇で松島さんのことを説明することはできるけど、どうする?
Wouldn't be here if I wasn't. After all this wandering around following a trail of breadcrumbs, an unexpected bluebird arrives on the scene. Does Chizuru have the answers I'm looking for? Honestly, I'd be grateful. That said, you can't exactly email me your records, I assume.
当然ね。私はここだけの話なんて言葉は信じてないけど、風見くんなら信頼できるし。
Alright, then let me ask you something. Does Michiru...
こらー、猫にゃ待ちなさい。背中にワンタンくっついてるから取るから。あにゃにゃ取るから逃げないの。
ずいぶん元気のいい猫なのね。
You know, but for some reason I don't feel like asking Chizuru the question anymore. I mean, if anyone's gonna tell me about Michiru's story, it should be Michiru herself, right? I'm sorry, I really don't think I need the explanation after all. That shouldn't be necessary, really. If Michiru needs any help in some way, I assume she'll come to me herself.
あら、そう。傍観することに決めたのね。風見くんがそうしたいのなら、そうしましょう。
I'm sorry to waste your time. By asking Chizuru, I probably could have obtained a decent amount of new information. But when I remember Michiru quivering under her blanket, I think I made the right choice just now. I can't help but feeling that learning about Michiru's background without her knowledge would be a betrayal of sorts, you know? Hope I made the right choice. Hindsight's 20/20 after all. A few days later, after loading the vaccine Chizuru got me into a syringe, I decide to inoculate Michiru's mangy little cat. Problem being, the animal in question seems to despise me. Maybe it's picking up on the lingering scent of blood, I don't know. Instinct of hostility against a fellow predator? Well, either way, it's a problem. Making a dog behave itself is comparatively easy. They're generally not used to heights, so plop it down on an elevated operating table, and it'll be too busy quaking with fear to thrash around. But cats outright enjoy sharply differentiated terrain. Subduing a feline requires different methods. If you cover their eyes and hold them steady, they'll generally settle down. Same goes for most animals, really. That said, there's no point in covering the animal's head in a paper sack and suffocating it, which leaves me with the most fundamental strategy of all. Pure physical restraint. Flash. Thunder. Ah, so it's a mani. I see. Good timing, actually. Tell me, do you have a laundry net?
下着洗ったりするときに使うやつ？あるけど貸してほしいの？洗濯物なら私がやってあげるわよ。
No, I'll be using it myself. Don't worry about it.
何？もしかしてあれ？パンツとか洗ってもらうの恥ずかしいとか？
That's not the issue here. I need the net to minimize potential damage. Are you going to lend it to me or not?
ダメージって何よ？貸してあげるけどさ、そんな言い方しなくてもいいのに。はい、どうぞ。
Thank you.
それで何を選択するの？
A cat? I'm not watching anything. I'm just kidding. Alright, see you later.
どういうこと？もしかして、男性用ブラジャー？実はユージは噂のあれを日常的に使ってるけど、恥ずかしいからこっそり洗ってるとか？
What did I just say? Right to pervertedness. I'm getting the impression that I've left the mani with a fairly serious misunderstanding, but I have other priorities that take precedence right now. I can correct her delusions at a later time. Well then, even among trained veterinarians, many have difficulty handling cats. Strays in particular tend to bite and claw. Need to be careful. Taking a pinch of silver vine powder from my pocket, I run a little onto my fingertips. You're around here, aren't you? Come on out. I make a conspicuous rustling sound with a bag of powder, and before long the cat wanders out of the bush to investigate. I bend down and hold out my hand. Most cats have a habit of sniffing at fingertips when they're made available. The black cat isn't particularly fond of me, but the scent of the powder does its work. The walks up cautiously, bringing its nose to my fingers. And in that instant, your fate was sealed. Taking advantage of the cat's momentary carelessness, I pluck it off the ground with the scruff of its neck and toss it into a laundry net I bought from Amani. Some would doubtless take exception to this strategy from the perspective of animal welfare, but I plan this out fairly carefully to ensure the least possible risk of lasting harm to the creature. And for those of you who still have complaints, I'll listen once you've liberated every pet on Earth from their collars and converted America to the vegan diet. Until then, surely you have better things to be worried about. Calm yourself, animal. I mean no harm. It's a simple vaccination. Sometimes there are side effects, sure, but rarely worse than a high fever. You won't die. Trust me. Good, you've resolved yourself. Go in. Not like you can escape anyway. Here goes. Take out a nylon cosmetics pouch from my pocket. Naturally, there's no makeup inside. What, you thought I was one of those people? I do like to drag on occasion. This just happened to be ideally sized to inconspicuously store a certain pen-shaped syringe. Taking out the item in question, I carefully jabbed the needle into my furry foe's flank. Good boy. Don't worry, it'll be over soon. Relax. And then it dies. What? Damn, I was completely off guard. I think I'd let you, of all people, take my back. The disgrace is unbearable. Go ahead. Kill me if you must. Apparently agitated at the arrival of its owner, the black cat violently rips open the net and leaps to freedom. Nothing bad, don't worry about it. For some reason, I found myself answering Michiru's questions with the cosmetics bag and syringe held behind my back. Yeah, I get the message. I'm sorry about that. Convey my apologies to your cat as well. Seems I've reinforced the cat's enmity toward me. Haven't done myself many favors in Michiru's book either. In retrospect, I might as well have told her the truth, but the words just didn't come out for some reason. Maybe I've been spending too much time around the girl. Her pseudo-tsundere seems like it might be rubbing off on me slightly. Well, that's all well and good, but what do I do about the net? Hey there, Miss Maid. Haven't seen you in a while. Seen Amani around? You gonna tell me? I'd appreciate it if you told me where she was. I see, I guess I'll head over there, thank you. I don't wear a brassiere.
私は風見さんはどんな風見さんでも風見さんだと思っています。それに男性がブラジャーをしていても変に見られる時代ではありません。むしろごく自然です。逆につけてない方が変ですよね。
I see. So that's what this is about.
はい。できればカップ数などを教えていただければ、私が風見さんにぴったりのブラジャーを用意させていただきますが、アンダーとトップの、わかるかな。そのアンダーっていうのはですね、トップバストと。
I know what a band is. It was a misunderstanding, okay? Pure fantasy. There's no truth to what you're imagining.
はい、忘れます。ですが、忘れないでください。この小峰幸、風見さんがどんな風見さんでも尊敬しております。
I see, nice to hear. I have to admit, though, the look of pain, determination in your eyes and the way you're chewing your lip leave me with slightly mixed feelings.
この小峰幸。 のような。
What a joke. Forget it.
はい、そうさせていただきます。
Mane, you in there?
ああ、ユージ。何？どうしたの？
My blood pressure. The net I bought from you ended up getting torn to shreds. Sorry about that. I'll get you an equivalent replacement later.
いや、それは気にしなくていいのよ。だってほらね、男性用ともなるとワイヤーが強いやつ使ってるかもしれないしね。ネットが切れちゃうこともあるわよね。
I don't wear a bra.
そんなこと言ってないじゃない。私がさもユージがブラをつけてると思ってるみたいな言い方やめてよね。
But you do.
思ってます。ねえ、何カップ？つけ心地は？
I'm telling you, I don't wear a bra.
いいの。だから隠さなくていいから。ね。
I grab Amane's hand and push it firmly up against my chest. What do you think?
熱い胸板。
That's not what I'm asking. Does it feel like I'm wearing a bra?
つけてないです。
Glad we've come to an understanding. I'll be going now.
逆につけたくなったら私が選んであげるからね。
For crying out loud, there are countless varieties of awkward misunderstandings in the world, sure. But this one has really distinguished itself on the mentally draining scale. Still mad, I see. Like a cheap LCD screen, the truth changes color based on your perspective. Best to view it from a fixed angle. Find a new source you can trust and stick to them. Even actions you take with the best of intentions can be easily warped through misinterpretation into strange misdeeds. That happens every day, in fact. I sink into the sofa and heave a heavy sigh.